like this.
We're back.
Something like that.
We are back in it.
Yes.
Oh, man. This thing's all over the place. Oh, no. Welcome back, everyone. Episode 92 this week.
Yes.
We are live from
See.
someplace. So, yes, American Standards will be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Or if you're in their area out in Arizona, they will be on at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
This might be my last episode. I think I'm going to join the Space Force.
Going to join Space Force?
Yeah.
Might be my last episode, too, because I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I think we could do this in space, maybe.
Yeah.
Killing aliens and
Be
shit.
up there like,
I want to shoot an alien.
yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to shoot an alien?
I don't. Apparently Trump does.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm just too drunk right now.
I'm going to be later. So, yes, episode 92. We are
Yes.
back this week.
What is in my way here? Oh.
A little interface.
It's like I'm hitting something.
Yeah.
Hitting shit
Hitting shit
everywhere.
with other shit. So, yeah, welcome to the stream. We got on this day in music.
Oh, yeah.
On this day in 1969.
Sorry.
Oops. American singer-actress Judy Garland died of a barbecue.
I don't think she was barbecued.
Barbiturated. I don't even
I don't
know why that word's in there.
Barbiturate?
Yeah, she died of an overdose at age 47.
Barbacil.
Yeah, she
That stuff that cleans your combs. I don't know.
she died from a shaving accident. She died of an overdose. She was 47. She was found on the floor of her rented Chelsea home in London. Made more of two dozen films. Played Dorothy in the 1939 film Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Sang Over the Rainbow in the film. Voted the Song of the Century in 2001 poll published in America. 1961 U.S. #1 comeback album, Judy at Carnegie Hall.
Neat.
So, yeah.
June 22nd, 1981, Mark Chapman pleaded guilty to the charge of murdering John Lennon in 1980. He was later sentenced to 20 years to life. Bastard.
That's what he gets.
Right?
He should just get life, not 22 life.
Yeah.
On this day in 1992, 3 members of MC Hammer's tour crew were wounded in a drive-in shooting incident. 3 days later, Joseph Mack, a dancer in Hammer's entourage, was shot on stage during a concert in Nevada.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
God
That
dang.
would suck.
I didn't know MC Hammer
Yeah, I didn't know.
had that kind of crew rolling with them.
God, dude.
Can't touch this.
Can't touch this. And came with the gun.
They didn't get him.
No. Oh, that's true. I couldn't touch that.
That's why he
And then-
danced like that.
Yeah, and then he was like, can't touch this. What are you going to do? My legs are so fast, the bullets will just sift right through. I'm sure he wasn't like this.
I'm sure he was.
Or like,
Yes.
yeah, I need to stop.
So June 29th, it's Friday
Yeah, this Friday, this year,
this year.
for the local
Now.
spotlight. Happening.
On the 29th.
Yeah. Shake and bake.
A Tree will be performing at Digby's Pub and Patio. Show starts at 9 p.m. No cover charge.
Do you think he knows Groot?
I don't know.
No? I don't know. I saw a meme today. It was a trunk of a tree, and there was like a bump on it, and it looked like an ass.
Nice.
And then you see a picture of Groot like peeking around the corner.
Huh.
Friday, June 29th, People Lives presents The Tillers with Austin Lucas live at the Knickerbocker Saloon. Show starts at 9 p.m. Tickets $15 in advance, $20 day of show, 21 and older.
Friday, June 29th, Doom Room presents Axios. Two Hands on a Honeymoon. We're performing at North End Pub. Starts at 9 p.m. $5 donation. Strongly encouraged 21 plus.
Yeah. I heard they got some pinball in there, too.
Nice.
I mean, who doesn't like pinball?
I don't mind it. I like skee ball.
If you got skee ball, I'm there.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you get me
You
somewhere.
got to up the game. Got to get some skee ball.
Yeah. That's the only way I go somewhere. If it's
Skee ball.
skee ball.
Skee ball and beer. I'm there.
Mm.
Hell, just skee ball. I'm there.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Can't beat Big Fudge. Saturday, June 30th, Uncle Buck's Mojo Box will be performing at Digby's Pub and Patio. Show starts at 9 p.m., no cover charge, all ages until 11 p.m.
Neat.
And after that, you can get out.
Get the fuck out.
Just gonna get weird.
So
people gonna get drunk.
Warped Tour already sells out 2 dates on the final 2018 run. Ventura, California, and Mountain View, California. Probably the only 2 dates where all the good bands are playing.
Yeah, probably. Which would make sense. Fun little fact about the Mountain View tour date. Remember Glacier Veins that we had on?
Yeah.
They're playing that exact date.
Nice.
So
Sold out.
yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I saw this week that we had Maggie Schneider on.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be playing Warped Tour in Atlanta.
Nice.
So she got on too.
Cool.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Bad Wolves donate $250,000 to family of Cranberries Dolores O'Riordan.
I saw that, yeah.
That's cool of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty key.
Brendan Urie hosts Amazon's Song of the Day for a full week.
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, Song of the Day
I don't know.
for a week? At first, I was going to be Songs of the Day, Songs of the Week for a full week.
Yeah.
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 But I guess that would only be one episode. wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I like how my test feed from the chat box came in. That was nice, even though I reset it.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what's up with that. You could just, I don't know, turn it off or leave it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Turn it off, turn it back on.
It's weird.
I even turned it off and it came back on, so whatever. I just put a bunch of dots.
All the
why.
dots.
Yeah. And you should have seen the other stuff that was in there. I was typing out phrases. I was like, the arsonist has oddly shaped feet. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Yeah. That happens, though.
Yeah, you gotta have good credit.
Yeah. Legendary Cramps drummer, Nick Knox, passed away.
Oh, that's a cool name, though.
Yeah, Nick Knox. Pretty sweet.
Travis Barker is unable to play until July due to blood clots. I think we talked about that last week, but it wasn't official.
Right. Yeah, they found out that he has blood clots in his arm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you do? Can't really go flailing your arms around with blood clots.
Probably not.
No.
Sucks, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, turn down the... Can you mute the mics real quick? I just want to make sure we're coming through on the feed.
I don't know. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's
we're
working.
good. I know. It's just
Gosh.
the amount of trouble we've had lately. Has me all nervous. Has me spooked, man. It's got me all twisted, dog. Ice Nine Kills parts way with drummer.
Huh.
So, I don't know.
Michael Jackson musical coming to Broadway. I don't know about that.
I mean,
Who's going to play Michael Jackson?
right? Do you know about the movie coming out?
No.
About Queen?
Yeah, I knew about
Yeah.
that one. Yes, I did know about that.
Remy, what's his name? Remy Malik?
Yeah, I don't know if he sounds like him or is he lip syncing.
No,
in
he
the
actually,
movie, or
I
is
think he actually sang some of the songs. I
Interesting.
think. Possibly.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. What do you think of the new tape?
I like it. That's good tape.
Yeah, it's actually electrical tape and
Hopefully
not
it
duct
doesn't
tape.
Melt off of the wire like
Yeah.
the other stuff was doing.
Well, that other stuff was duct tape.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah.
It just turned to goop.
Yeah, it had like hair and shit in it. It was nasty. What's up, Darren?
Good tape.
Yeah.
I love me a good tape.
Love me a good tape. Gorilla tape.
Gorilla tape.
Dude, that stuff doesn't mess around.
No. So some tours coming up. The final dates for the Summer Slaughter Tour have been added between the Buried in Me, Born of Osiris, Veil of Maya, Era, the Agni Scene, and more will be on the tour this year. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'd go to that.
Hey, that's going to be in Fort Wayne. Darren, you jumping on that? The Summer Slaughter Tour?
That's going to be in Fort Wayne.
Yeah. It's going to be at Pierre's.
Interesting.
I don't know if they have their own thing, but hell, jump in there, man.
Jump in it. Jump on it.
Yeah. Jump on it.
Jump on it.
Beat me too. Can't sing at all.
No, I can't sing.
Not much. Got out of Gear Fest and shit. Oh yeah, I forgot Gear
I
Fest
know.
this weekend.
I wouldn't be able to go though.
Yeah. Oh well.
Good old Gear Fest.
We went last year. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then we got real bored.
Yeah.
And then we left.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
We sat there and see if we got our name drawn for any prizes for a while, and then we're like, want to go walk around again? Went and looked at the exact same stuff. Sat back down for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, you want to go?
Yes.
Yes, please. And then we listened to Joe Rogan on the way home with God, what's his name?
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
We're setting fires everywhere. He's like, I got something for this.
Which one was it?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm out of control. I apologize for that. I'm setting fires everywhere.
As the I'm here is that one?
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they I think it's every hour they give away gear. As long as your name's registered, I think, and then they just pull your name from the list.
Yeah, I think by signing up to go, you get registered is what it was. I think when you sign up to go,
Yeah.
you get your ticket or whatever, you get registered for the giveaways they do.
You get registered.
Yeah.
All right, they're good to go, and we are. Awesome.
Right on. You want to get through this
I'm on
tours
with
real quick?
Bose, and we have the best tent. Yeah, I mean, Bose is pretty sweet. My
Mhm.
brother just got he got a 10-year reward for working at Subaru, and they gave him Bose speakers.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, damn. That's pretty sweet.
That is pretty sweet.
So yeah, see their announced fall tour dates,
Mm-hmm.
if you're into that.
Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators announced fall tour.
Tour. Less Than Jake to co-headline tour with Real Big Fish.
Stick to your guns and counterparts announce a tour.
What?
Stick to your guns and counterparts announce a tour.
A tour.
Tour.
Bishop Briggs announces tour.
Push a T.
Push a T. Plots US tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous. Kurt Vile announces North American Fall Tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Elvis Costello sets fall tour ahead of new album.
Neat.
That is neat indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
are we calling them? Or do you want to push through some more of this?
I'm buying a $1 Pro. That speaker kicks ass. Dude, Stick to Your Guns and Counterparts are both rad. Are they coming close? I think that was a UK tour. I think.
Jesus Christ, Matt.
I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure they're already on tour in the US together. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. Well, if they're ready, let's give them a jingle.
Do it.
I'm trying to see my mouse. Sounds good. All right. I hope I spelled those words right because I can't really see them because the screen's so far away and the screen's tiny.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Over here on the Skype
Oh.
chat. What's up, David?
Who's calling who?
I'm going to call him.
Oh.
That's what I'm doing.
Who's doing what? Don't threaten me.
Threaten me with a good time.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I
we can hear
can.
you.
Cool. Looks like I'm actually going through. Let's see here. Let me try to get this audio better for you.
Okay. Can't see you though.
Oh, there it's loading.
Better?
There we go. Now it's loading in.
There you are.
All right. Awesome.
You let me know, how bad is this going to be if I just do it through the audio without the headphones in? Does it sound all right?
I think so.
Yeah, sounds
it
good.
should be all right. Sounds good on our
Cool.
end.
I'll take this off then.
Should be coming through. Yep. We're all good, man. We're good to go.
Sorry about not being able to get to you a little bit sooner. Last second, we basically changed plans and said, all right, all the guys that were going to do it couldn't come through. So I'm like, all right, I'll make this work somehow.
Oh, it's all right.
All right, bam. Cool.
There you go. Well, Grant is right here, and I'm Matt. I'm the one that's talking to you through the emails.
I feel like we've got like a similar vibe going on here with the facial hair, glasses, hair combo.
Yeah. It's a good look.
People are going to have trouble discerning who's actually, from where.
Right. So why don't you
I
give
feel
us...
like that happens a lot more often now, though. Like, I get tagged all the time online, and they're like, this guy looks just like you, Brandon. It's like, I'm a white dude with glasses and a beard. I mean,
That's pretty much every dude now, right?
right? Every dude past, like, 25, right?
Yeah. I wish I wasn't past 25.
Same here.
So why don't you give us a little history of the band?
Yeah, so American Standards, we started off, I guess, around 2010, 2011. Pretty much at that point, I'd already been in several other bands. Band life was a dream. Touring was a dream. And when I finally started doing that more frequently, it started feeling more like a job again. So a lot of the guys that we were in the band with, they kind of wanted to transition out of it. They didn't want to tour as often. I figured I'd pick up and get an adult job and start doing the whole adulting thing. And I did that for a year. And then out of nowhere, out of the blue, this guy named Cody, he contacted me. I think it was probably MySpace at the time still.
Oh,
and he
wow.
basically said, hey, let's just start a band. Let's do it for fun. We don't need to record. We don't need a tour. Let's just play some music that we like, stuff that we grew up on. And when we stopped really trying is when we actually started getting big tour offers, getting record label interest, and all that stuff started rolling in when we actually didn't even want to do that route anymore.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. It's like when you're no longer looking for it, it just kind of falls in your lap, and we're like, shit, I wish this would have came along 5-10 years ago when I was, 18.
Right. I just realized I made this nice layout, and I made these little areas for your links.
You didn't put the links in there.
No, I didn't put the links in there.
You're a jackass.
I completely spaced it, but we will get the links in there, so everybody knows where to go. Sorry about that.
In all fairness, anything you go to /American Standards, you're probably going to find us anyway, so the links aren't too hard to track down.
Perfect.
Including probably the MySpace. I think we're probably still on there, too. You could top 8 us.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm just going to start putting people's old MySpace links on there just to see what happens.
Yeah. If you want to take it older, it goes to like the old Angel Fire and GeoCity links. Throw up our live journal link and see how angsty we were as kids.
What was that one where it was just nothing but people just blogging?
Zanga,
yeah.
I was thinking of that.
I'll put that on there too.
Sure, there are some like embarrassing photo buckets out there of all of us.
Oh God, I tried to log into mine from
me too. I couldn't get
from like 10 years ago, and I don't even know what the password is.
I don't know if mine still exists. I used to have one with all kinds of stupid pictures of us from shows and stuff.
Oh.
All the pictures that you took on your like 3 or 4 megapixel camera. And
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your storage space was about 22 pictures. Like now it takes someone 22 pictures to get one selfie.
Yeah.
Right.
They just take the same picture 22 times. They
You
don't
gotta
even
get
move.
it just right.
Yeah.
I'm glad to do this like old man kids will never understand a struggle combo here.
They'll be like, "What are you talking about? Dial-up internet? What's that?"
Yeah, right.
Back when the Razor phone was the way to do it.
Oh.
You take a picture on that thing, you're like, oh man, that's so cool.
Or you had that sidekick at shows. You were the cool kid.
Oh, I was never that cool.
There was always that one kid though that was there and he had it.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. Like I grew up fairly poor, so like I honestly didn't like through my high school. I didn't have a cell phone. I can't imagine if I did have a cell phone because I wouldn't have paid attention for one day. It wasn't until like after high school that I finally got like a cell phone and all that stuff. And it's like wow, I remember being at like going to shows and like telling my friends or telling my parents or whatever it was, come pick me up at this specific time because I've got no other way to contact you. Those whole payphone commercials where you just throw it all on the was it Tom, it's a baby, it's a boy or something like that commercial where they try to get you to say the name right before the beep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember those.
Or the first phone I had was the Nokia brick phone. Had Snake on it.
Oh hell yeah, Brick Attack.
Yeah, sitting at the pizza shop playing Snake, beating your friends.
I like how now you can buy on like those Wish apps and stuff. They have like the phone cases that make it look like the old phone. We're just regressing at this point.
Yeah.
Got so much money. How can I make it look shitty and pixelated?
I want to get one of those attachments that you can plug into your phone that gives you the full handset, like a regular phone you can talk on.
You get the Zach Morris phone, the big old brick.
Yeah.
You'll never guess where I'm at. I'm on a mountain.
I do like the transition was like the car phone. Like for some reason, there's that brief time in history where like you didn't have like a cell phone, but you either had a pager or you had a car phone.
My mom
I
had
definitely
one of those big
knew anybody
bag
with a car phone, but I saw it on TV.
My mom had one. It was in a big bag that zipped up, and then you opened it up, and then you plugged it into the cigarette lighter, and it was a big handset like that you picked up. I don't even know why she had it. Like she had it for years.
I bet you let's go for some money now. Like, how cool would it be if you're just cruising down the street with your friends and then you pull out your car phone? You're like, that's mega hipster points right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had a battery. I don't know if you could carry it and use it or not. I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was a long time. It might have had a battery to it too. I know it plugged into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
But it was like a big
I was wondering how. Yeah, I forgot about the cigarette lighters. We don't have those anymore either.
Yeah, I think my car actually came with a cigarette lighter that was just permanently like the piece was on it, and there's no cigarette lighter that came with it.
They're like, people don't use those. Put it in there just in case they need to use it for power.
My dad's old car has an ashtray in it still.
Wow.
I didn't realize that until when I sold my car and I was driving that one for a while. I was in it and I'm like, this thing's got ashtrays in it. That's crazy.
Well, anything's an ashtray if you want it to be.
That's how like smoking has become over the last 15 years or so.
Right.
Like it was like at one point I remember touring and you would go to like a Denny's or an IHOP and they asked you if you wanted smoking or non-smoking, and like now you're like, who the hell is smoking when they're eating their eggs and pancakes?
Exactly.
I love a good piece of bacon and a cigarette in the morning. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, the fun part is for nostalgia, you can still go back to Waffle House and still get that vibe.
Yeah.
It still feels like smoking while they're cooking it for you.
We got some comments coming in on Facebook. Janet on Facebook says she loves your T-shirt.
Oh, sick. Yeah, Tales of the Crypt and pretty much all those old anthologies are huge for me. I grew up on like Twilight Zone, still one of my favorite shows to this day. And then Black Mirror, when they started putting that out, I'm like, this is exactly what I loved about Twilight Zone.
I love Black Mirror. That show is awesome.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you're watching it and you're like, shit, that could happen.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if it's going to age kind of like some of the Twilight Zone episodes did, where they had like these episodes about technology and it's like, in the 90s or in the 2000s, it's going to look like this, and there's flying cars, and like everybody can read each other's minds and everything, and it's like, where's all that stuff? I didn't get any of this.
God, can you
I
imagine?
can't even get decent cell phone reception like in the downtown Phoenix.
Right? You're just like walking around like, what the?
Yeah.
I hope it's a warning.
Especially if you have Sprint. I mean, I have Sprint, and it's like the cheapest thing in the world to never have service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Sprint too.
I had Sprint.
Yeah. You know the struggle.
Yeah, it was awful.
I try to ration myself. I'm like, yeah, well, my bill's really cheap, but yeah, I can never actually use my phone.
Yeah. I was on it today in Indianapolis. Like, I should have service in Indianapolis. And I was trying to do something, and it's like 1 bar of 3G. I'm like, what the? Come on. What am I paying for?
That's a third world country?
Well, it is Indianapolis.
I don't know if I'm going to say his name right. Joshua Toomey?
Oh, nice. From the Talk To Me podcast. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, he said make him tell the story about the great band Pod Terra.
So I've kind of got a reputation for doing a lot of podcasts. And I had done the Talk To Me podcast, which is an awesome podcast. Dude seems like he's breaking all the news in rock and metal right now. Nice. And then done a podcast with As the Story Grows, Shoot the Shred. And basically all the guys in all these podcasts had played a different instrument. So we basically said, all right, we kind of met each other through the podcast. Let's start a band that's just a cover band, but it's made up of all podcasters. And then me being a professional podcast guest, you know. So we did a Deftones cover song. But we did, like, in my opinion, like an obscure Deftones cover song. Granted, it won like some awards, but it was like, have you heard Elite by Deftones?
I don't think so.
I can see the look on your face. You're like, I have no clue what song. That's not, it's not like My Own Summer or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we did a cover of Elite, which we actually put up, and in each guy in each podcast in the podcast played a different instrument. We just sent the tracks back and forth.
Really? Is that available anywhere?
It is on. I know it's on YouTube. If you, I think it's actually under what he said, Podterra, and then it's just under Elite. But yeah, I mean, we'll drop the link in the thing or something, or Josh could drop a link here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah. Kind of fun. Do you guys play yourself, or?
He does.
Yeah, I'm a guitarist.
Well, we're recruiting for a podcast theme band if you want to do some covers.
Hell yeah.
There you go, man.
I'm in.
Just the most obscure song from a new metal band in the early 2000s, and we'll do it.
Maybe I'll get a triangle and join in.
I mean, I was personally pushing Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Yes. Yes.
Or anything by System of a Down, but we landed on Elite.
I went as Fred Durst for Halloween last year, so.
Dude, it was perfect.
Nice, that's awesome. And Josh, from Talk To Me, he played for Primer 55, which was a big new metal band back then, too, so kind of has those roots.
Dude, he even had like the little patch.
Yeah,
right on
I
his chin.
shaved I got the little patch going.
Perfect.
I bought my New York hat, had that. And then I had a Jägermeister shirt.
That was the closest thing you could
That's
find.
the best I could find was a Jägermeister shirt.
Got to get the Jägermeister shirt. I mean, like, back in the new metal days, you had to have the multiple wallet chains, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have that.
Damn.
Nah.
That would have topped it off.
I think at one point in my young and stupid youth, I think I stepped it up from the multiple wallet chains to just one string of barbed wire as a wallet chain. Because, like, why the fuck not, I guess, right? I
That
mean,
sounds like a terrible idea.
really hardcore.
I had one, but it was like a short chain.
Go to you get kicked out of because you're wearing like a string of barbed wire randomly.
Hey, no chains in there. Wait a minute. Is that barbed wire? Yeah. All right, you're cool.
Yeah, right.
Where was I just
I mean,
at?
like a lot of venues, they don't even let you bring the little carabiner for your keys.
Yeah,
There's one here
nothing.
back home that, like, every single time I'd go to a show, they'd take the carabiner, so I just stopped wearing the carabiner. Now I just got my keys.
I can't remember what I was at. My buddy Travis has a wallet chain, and we were somewhere. I can't remember what show. It was something we went to, and he got told to take it off. I can't remember. It might have been the BT Bam show.
Was it?
I think so. That was the last concert I went to with him, I think.
That would make sense. It is the House of Blues.
Them actually came out with a new teaser today or something like that.
Did they?
Did they? I didn't see that.
This could be fake news. I saw people posting it online. I didn't click on it yet. So
Oh.
I'll just spread that around. You guys can spread it around on your news section too, and it'll be a thing. You know?
Yeah.
We don't. I mean, we don't fact check. You can say whatever you want on here.
We don't
Our
have one of
Tool's
those.
album finally came out. You know, you've been
Yeah.
waiting 15 years for the new Tool album. It came out today, actually.
They were just
Don't
like,
back-
oh yeah, today.
Wow.
Put that in the blabbermouth.
So, do you guys have any main influences?
Yeah, man. I think like all of the band all of us agree on is completely aside from what we do. But we all love System of a Down. Like, we grew up on bands like Rage Against the Machine and System of a Down and Refused. But when it comes to like heavier stuff, we're all into like Every Time I Die and Converge, Dillinger Escape Plan, Norma Jean, all those bands, which luckily now that we've been doing it long enough, like 10, 15 years later, those bands are doing like reunion tours and anniversary tours. So we're like jumping on these anniversary tours where we remember 10, 15 years going to the show and seeing them when they first put out the album. Now we're actually playing the show. So it's kind of cool for us, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's like a bucket list thing,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It's like I don't have to pay $20 to go to the show thing. It's like I don't care if anybody shows up. I just got into the show for free.
Nice. And you got backstage.
Yeah, all right. We got a fangirl a little bit, you know.
Oh my God, he's
But I
coming
will
this way.
say,
He's coming
like,
this way.
those types
Don't.
of shows,
Okay,
it's
how's it
always
go?
like in your mind, you're like, I'm playing with, like Norma Jean's a great example. I think we played with Norma Jean more times than we played with probably most local bands. And like in our mind, it's always like, all right, we're gonna meet the dudes and we're gonna go drink at the bar and we're gonna become best friends. And we're like, do you want to tour nonstop? And like none of that ever happens. It's like, hey, played a good set. Yeah, you guys too. But the band was like that. Was Every Time I Die. Like Every Time I Die, they picked up some T-shirts. They picked up some vinyl. They gave us actually what they were putting out on Record Store Day before it even came out for the Salem EP. Invited us back to the hotel room bar where we're just like drinking at the hotel room, like watching wrestling videos. Like those guys were completely stand up, dude, beyond anything like you would expect. Pretty much like the dream of when you play with your favorite band, what you think it's going to be like, you know?
And then you just get to hang out with them.
Yeah, kudos to those guys because, I mean, they've been doing it for, 20 years now, and it seems like they got the same level of enthusiasm and energy that they had as kids.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, like, every album they put out is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, there's no way they're going to top this album. And then they somehow go out and put it, like, this new album, they got that song Map Change. And I'm like, I'm very much like a X-Lives, or not X-Lives, I'm sorry, for Every Time I Die. Like, probably my favorite album is like Hot Damn. And that's like probably one of their heavier albums, more aggressive albums. But when it started to get a little more polished, like after Burial Plot Bidding War. So that's like one of my favorite albums. But then my favorite song from them is Map Change off the newest album, which is one of their softer songs that are more melodic songs. And that music video is really, really cool too.
Nice.
Yeah, the whole Low Teens album is probably one of my
I haven't listened to
recent favorites.
a lot, but it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys can riff. And then they're doing like they do that annual show now in New York, the Shipmas, which is like just they've got pro wrestling and bands playing. They do a boat show every year now where they just get people to go on a boat and they play in a boat and like destroy the whole boat.
Yes.
Kind of jealous.
I want that.
Yeah. I wish we had access to a boat we could destroy.
Right.
Putting the word out to your listeners: if you've got a boat, we'll destroy it.
Yeah, for free.
I destroyed a trailer last weekend. I don't know.
Granted, it would probably be like a really like horrible, like Honest Last Breath pontoon boat or something that's got holes in it, and we're just going down together, you know.
Sonny Roman in the comments, he said, Brandon, do the thing.
Uh-oh. I don't know what the thing is.
I don't know either.
Sonny's a pretty cool band too. Like all the band dudes are coming out now and hanging out. Hope they're all having beers too.
That's awesome.
He's in a band called Around the Deity from Vegas, which we played a small little house show with the guys in Cons, which is Jeremy from The Bled, and then it used to have Tyson from Scary Kids. And the first show on that tour was at this house show that in the living room they had a stage built. They had lights built up on like the ceiling. They had like a sound booth set up. They had like an extra room that had arcade games in it. Like that place was super legit.
That's awesome.
For a house show. Like what can you expect for a house show, right?
You think of a house show, you expect to go into a tiny room and be crammed in there. But if I would walk into that house show, I'd be like
fart.
Yeah, somebody farts and you're like, that was you, dude. You can't pass that off.
It's just humid. It feels like a rainforest as soon as you get in there.
Yeah.
But the place was super sick. It was I think they still do shows called the Art House out there in Vegas.
That's awesome. It's called the Crab Walk. That's the thing.
Oh, fuck. That's the deathcore thing.
Yeah.
A little far off.
Huh? Sorry. I looked at something else for a minute. When did you start playing music? Like when did you first get?
Yeah, so I think I started playing like inadvertently probably my freshman sophomore year of high school. So I mean this is 2001 or so. And I think like before that, like I'd always been the guy that's like anything I got into it the most, but I probably had the least talent. So I was like, I got into skateboarding, and then like I didn't only want to skateboard. I wanted to start a skate crew, and I wanted to start videotaping us skating and put videos up, and then like in probably freshman year of high school, I got into like pro wrestling. And it's kind of funny. We actually started doing like the backyard wrestling thing, like the jumping off the roofs and lighting shit on fire and everything.
Yes.
And we had like, yeah, it's nuts, man. We'd get like 15, 20 people just to come in the backyard. My dad was a construction worker. He'd bring like plywood home from work, and we would just build tables and throw each other through them, So I was like always the guy that like would organize something, right? So around sophomore year or so, my friend got a drum set, and I said, yeah, let's do a band. I had no talent, no skill in anything, never picked up an instrument in my life, and I was singing for the band for a little bit. And then for Christmas, I got a guitar, and I think that was a hint from my dad that I couldn't sing at all, which is true. If you've heard American Standards, we're not known for our big hooky melodies. So he bought me a guitar, and then I started learning that. And as soon as I learned how to play tabs or read tabs online, I just started learning all the songs I could, and then started playing guitar for a band. So really started off playing guitar for a band for about 5 years, and that's when we were like touring, and that was kind of the dream.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was your first band? Was it?
The first band was honestly just kind of straight nu metal. I mean, we were into like Deftones, so we would actually do Deftones covers. We were into stuff like System of a Down and Slipknot and stuff like that. So the band, that band was called Cannon Spot Fire, and it slowly transitioned into when we started getting into like Poison the Well and Alexis on Fire and bands like that. That's when we started doing more of the hardcore stuff. I mean, that's when like Under Oath came out with like their own Chasing Safety, and we're like, we've got to like do this screamo band,
Yeah.
So when we actually started touring, by that point we sounded a lot more like Alexis on Fire or Under Oath than anything else. And we did like the Warped Tour in 05, 06. We were pretty much out there for a few months at a time, and then like I said, that's kind of when we were just pushing to do that. But then it started feeling like, all right, when I'm out here for more than 2 or 3 weeks, it's like you start making excuses of why, like, oh, I can get a little extra sleep. I can sleep through the whole drive. It becomes more of a job at that point. So like when we came back to when we started American Standards, it was more like when we go on tour, let's just tour for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, like right up to that sweet spot. And then we'll come back home. We'll spend some time at home, and then we'll go back out there when it's all fresh and new,
Nice.
And then it allows us to do it on our terms. So it's like, since none of us rely on the band for any money or anything at all, it's like we could record and play shows as much as we want. But if there's like someone offers us a show and it's for some money and it's a decent amount of money, but it's a band we don't want to play with, we'll just say no because we don't need the money,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
And we're also not like saying, all right, we've got to throw a huge chorus right here, because once again, I can't sing that huge chorus. But also, that's just not what we're trying to do,
Right. Yeah, I think that's honestly a good plan. Tour in moderation so you don't get burnt out.
Yeah, and now with the way it is, just putting out music, it's with Spotify and everything else. Like it's easy to do that. It's easy to get your music out across the world without actually out there, playing shows where 10 or 15 people show up to them. Granted, sometimes those are the most fun shows you can play, but that's why I see so many bands get burnt out. Like they go out there and they grind for a couple months at a time, and they wonder why like no one's coming out to their shows. So eventually they just stop doing it,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. They get discouraged and they're like, why are we doing it if nobody's coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, like, all right, the shows we play are the shows that, like, if we were going to go to the show, we would go to the show,
Right.
We're not just playing the show because it's like, all right, we know that we need to get out to New York, so we have to play these 10 shows to get out there. And they're shows that, honestly, we probably wouldn't pay to see ourselves, We're pretty much playing, like, when we book our tour, we're, like, thinking about what's the local bands that are going to support this show, and are they bands that we like? Is it at a venue that we think is a good venue and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. That's smart.
Sonny said he's getting the vulture tattoos on Saturday.
Do it. Sunday, he said.
Saturday.
Show. If he does that, that'd be really sick. So I got the vulture tattoo, which Corey, our guitarist, he draws everything for us. He draws our all our merch, all our albums and everything. And right when we started, he had this idea that we're gonna have this vulture logo, and we've kind of adapted that and used it over the years. But I took took that idea and then did this, which is basically the vulture that we have from the Hungry Hands EP that we put. I don't know if you see it really. But that's all basically Corey's idea with the pocket watch and everything, and they just had it tattooed. That's
pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Grant got a Casper tattoo.
Yeah, I got a tattoo.
Hell yeah. Is it new or is it have you had it for a bit?
I just got it. It's Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
They put some color in there, some shading.
Yeah. He put some color in
wow.
there. Oh yeah.
Dude, my most recent. So I got my girlfriend wanted to get matching tattoos, which I said that's not my thing. I don't really want to get matching tattoos, but I'll do let's do like a spin. Like we can have something similar, but we'll put a spin on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she the baseline was she wanted to do a coffin, and I said, okay, if I'm going to do a coffin, I'm going to do it my way. So I did a coffin, and it's got a skeleton coming out, and he's got a party hat on, and he's got like the little party blower blowing out the confetti. But this is much smaller. But this is just from actually a few weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
I'm like, because I'm not a tough guy at all. So I'm like, I'm not just gonna get a coffin. That seems a little douchey to me.
Yeah.
Nothing against if you've got a coffin, but it's just like that's not me. So it's like, all right, if it's a coffin and dude's got a party hat on, all right, that's more my stuff.
I think I'm gonna get a UFO underneath Casper.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
you kind of sound like a drummer. He gets all the most random tattoos. He's got a UFO that's abducting like a cactus.
Nice.
And then he's got a gallon of milk. Then he's got a sheep jumping over the gallon of milk. So it's like
that is very random. Well, mine was at the one of the local shops. You pay $50 and you get what you get. They have this like, you know those little plastic. I don't know what they're called. They're always at like
ball cases,
Steak and Shake and stuff. Like
they have just like random
little
plastic
toys in them.
trinkets in it.
And you put like quarters in, and a little
like
thing
little
comes
quarter
out.
machines
Yeah.
or 50-cent machines.
They have one of those, but they put a bunch of flash drawings in all those little things, and then you pay them $50, and they crank the thing, and something pops out. And so I got Casper.
Oh, no. Not bad. And it's a decent size too for a $50 tattoo.
Yeah,
So.
I didn't think he was gonna put color in it either. So
Guess you can't lose, right?
No.
So you guys have a new single out, "Weep," and is that song is that single coming from an album that you're working on currently, or that's going to be coming out? Yeah.
So we actually when we got done with our last album, we went to like a super nice studio. They had recorded bands like they'd just done the Let Live album. They did Bad Religion. They did Mars Volta. So all these bands, but like our idea was not really a whole lot of hardcore bands like us, but a lot of really solid bands. So we're like, let's go to somewhere that's a little bit out of our comfort zone, and maybe they'll stretch us to write something different. So we went there, and it was a great studio, but I think in the long run, maybe didn't understand what our sound was as much, Mm-hmm. So that was Anti-Melody, and I love the songs in Anti-Melody, but I think they definitely lacked the production quality that they could have had. So after that, our idea with Weep and with what we're doing now is let's go to a few different studios. We had a lot of different producers and studios reach out to us after Anti-Melody and say pretty much the same thing that we were thinking. It's like, you've got some really solid songs here, but you need someone that could actually understand the vision for the songs. So we've been going to different studios recording singles to find out like what studio really fits the most. So Weep was the first of that. We've got two more that's going to be coming out here pretty soon, and he's going to have a video with it. And then after we do that, we're basically going to say, well, out of these three different studios, which one was the best one, and then start recording more of a full length or an EP.
Awesome.
That's smart.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and it's also good too for like, people don't want to wait 2 years for new music anymore. They want new music nonstop. Like they'll like the new Vane and just the band Vane just put out some new music earlier. I listened to it. I'm like, this is sick, man. I can't really see what's next. It's like, wait, they just come out with this today.
Yeah, I think the internet age is kind of making it worse, where it's like you expect something new every week from somebody.
Yeah. And we're not the band that can produce that new thing every week. So we landed on let's try to do every other month for a little bit, and then after that, let's see what we want to do.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep people's attention anymore.
Right. Let me see.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. I always joke, like we started off with, we put out I think 8 songs for our first release, and then we went to 5 songs for our next release, and then we did 3 songs for the next release. So I used to always joke like we're gonna eventually get to a point where we just put out singles, I'll be damned, we actually got to that point. So like pretty soon we're just gonna be like, all right, here's a 20-second clip. You get the idea.
Every week you get 20 more seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheaper, it's faster. Do you really have an attention span more than 20 seconds?
Every day you get each section of the song. So today you get the drums. Tomorrow you'll get the guitars.
Yeah, really come on different tracks.
But to get the whole thing,
actually,
you got to wait another month.
68 actually did. So the guy he was in The Chariot and Norma Jean, Josh Scoggin.
Yeah.
They put out a music video for 68. And I don't know if it's super well known about, but they put out a different, I think it's a different camera angle and a different instrument for each camera angle. And you have to pull up all of the different videos at one time and start them all at the same time to watch the video and then to hear the song.
Whoa.
It's like crazy complicated. I don't think anybody actually does that. But then they've got people that have done like edited together to make it one thing. But when they put it out, it was like, all right, you got to piece this together yourself.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It's a cool idea. I mean, I don't have the patience for it, but it's a cool idea.
Right.
Hold on, there's a comment here. Rose Betts from All of Deity, we miss you.
That's from Drowning Deity out in Vegas. So
nice. And somebody, let me see here. I got to scroll back a little bit. Robert said, ask him about Glenn Campbell recording studio.
Oh no, that's funny. That goes way back. I haven't talked to Robert in a while either. So if you're still on there, Robert, how's it going, man? So the band I used to play guitar for, we were playing this show, actually in Phoenix at this place called Modified Arts, and this is, I mean, this little small place. There's people that are slam dancing everywhere. Guy does a spin kicks Robert was the other guitarist, spin kicks his guitar, and just snaps the neck in half.
Oh,
so he comes to us after the show and he says, dude, I'm so sorry. If you want, I'll record some songs for you for free. And this is like the early 2000s. So we're like, all right, this guy's got like probably a 4-track recorder in his parents' living room or something. And he gives us his address. We go to the house and it's a mansion, like not like a big house. It's a legitimate mansion, like 16-room mansion. It's got like a golf course. It's got a basketball court. It's got like a tennis court, everything. Right.
Wow.
So yeah, and we're just like some little like screamo kids or something at this place. we go in there and then we start recording. He's got like a studio in there, and we're like walking through the halls of his house, and we're like, your dad really likes Glenn Campbell. And he's like, my dad is Glenn Campbell. Which, if you don't know who Glenn Campbell is, it's like the old country artist that did the Like a Rhinestone Cowboy song.
Yeah.
And probably other stuff too, and movies and all that stuff. And then we're recording, and then Robert or I are tracking. I can't remember. This is a long, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. One of us are tracking, and Glenn Campbell comes in, and he's like, can I have the guitar for a second? And he picks up the guitar, and it's in drop C. And he's like, this is horribly out of tune.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so his son was in another band called Fashion Music. And then actually, because Glenn Campbell, I think he has Alzheimer's, I want to say. I'm not sure if he's passed or not. But I know he was kind of having a really rough time for a while. And during that time, him and his son recorded an album together, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your dad really likes Glenn Campbell.
My dad
Why
is
do
Glenn
you
Campbell.
see pictures of Glenn Campbell? And like this may be like fantasized or maybe like my vision of it thinking back, but I somewhat remember him being like a very Hugh Hefner type character, like him walking into the room in like a robe and like with two like beautiful 19-year-old girls on each shoulder. Like probably didn't happen that way, but like my cloudy memory and all the beers in between have imprinted that in my head.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Rose Betts has another comment. She said, Brandon, are you down to guest vocal with Deity?
I'll ruin anybody's album anytime.
Well, there you have it, Rose.
It's kind of funny too, especially like after we put out Anti-Melody, like so many people are hitting me up asking me if I could do a couple lines on their stuff, and they're like, I'll pay you to do this and that. Like, dude, don't pay me. I'll do this for free. Like, I have like I'm being kind of self-deprecating, but I'm like, I feel like I have the least amount of talent in the band. I just have the most amount of passion,
Right.
So if you're stoked to work with me, I'll jump on anything and ruin it. Just don't blame me for when it doesn't do well.
So do you guys have any shows coming up that you want to talk about?
Yeah, the next one is on the 30th. We're going out with Silent Planet.
Nice.
And Comrades, which I've known of Silent Planet for a while, and they're great actually. I listened back to them, like, these guys kind of sound a lot like As Cities Burn and Under Oath, that style that I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hadn't heard of Comrades before. I pulled up their stuff, and it's really good. It's like the drummer. I want to say the drummer and the guitarist, or drummer and singer, which may be the same people. I heard that they're married. Once again, I haven't fact-checked this. But each does vocals, and it's like a really heavy band. It trades off a lot, really chaotic. So it has, like, at times, like the Norma Jean Chariot vibes, and then at times it's just super experimental and melodic. So it's cool stuff. I'm excited for that.
Nice.
So that's what's next for us. And then we're already talking about, we've got some offers to do a Canadian tour and an East Coast tour. So we're really hoping that we can do that. We've kind of got a little spoiled. Like our last tour we did 2 months ago, we went out and we actually flew out to Portland and started the tour in Portland. It's the first time we've flown out to do a tour. So we're like, apparently we're this band that just goes out around in like our private jet now. Not the case. Not the case at all. But yeah, we flew in there, and then the band we toured with Steak Sauce Mustache. They let us borrow their gear, and we just did this whole run, which was one of the most fun runs I've ever done. Like, we decided, like, let's do no big venues. Let's do all DIY spots. So, like, one show was at the first one was at a pizza shop, which was like crowd surfing from the stage to like the top of the counter, and just people are feeding us pizza. Did one of the things which is going to sound like the most disgusting thing you could think of, but for me it wasn't that bad. So put it through that lens. I'm on stage. Well, first I'm out in the crowd. I'm standing on a table, and there's like people eating pizza, and one of the girls fed me a piece of pizza. So like I pretty much devoured one full piece of pizza. It's in my mouth. And then I crowd surf back on the stage, and there's this guy in the front row, and he's pointing at his mouth. Like, so I baby birded a full slice of pizza into this random drunk dude's mouth, which sounds nasty, but it's really not that nasty for me.
No, yeah, you were the one feeding him the pizza, so.
So that was the first day of the tour. And then we went on to play. We played in the back of a Chinese food restaurant, which did come with free Chinese food.
Nice.
And people are crowd surfing, going nuts at that show. That was one of the more nuts shows. And then we played in the middle of a roller skating rink, where they set up like guardrails. So in the middle was the pit, and then everybody skated around in a circle around the pit. So you got 100 people skating around, and the band playing in the middle, and everybody moshing.
That'd be
and
awesome.
That was honestly probably one of the most fun shows I've ever played in my life.
Were you wearing skates?
I was wearing skates up until the point we played, which, like, right now, a little part of me, like, kind of dies inside that I didn't wear skates, but I definitely would fit it. The funny thing is, I was on skates all night, and the other guys, Corey and I were doing decent. The other two guys were not doing so well. But we were trying to show each other up and trying to skate backwards and all this stuff. I mean, neither one of us had been on skates in 20 years. And then so I'd been on skates for a good 4 hours at this point. So I skate back to the merch booth, because I see, like, some people at the merch booth, and I'm just standing there, like, legitimately standing there, not skating, just being like, yeah, what size do you want? And that's when I bit it and bust my ass. Like, I was going to grab a size, like a t-shirt, and then I just fell straight back on my back, and I'm just looking up at this couple that are like, yeah, we'll take a medium. How the hell did I skate all night and get away with it up until this point?
I haven't been in a skating rink since I was like 12.
We used to have one,
we
but
did this show, we were very much like, let's find every skating rink we can play at.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. We used to have one, and it had like laser tag in there as well.
It's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, the building and everything's still there, but like it's
not open anymore.
Yeah, it's closed.
I don't know.
But
I'll play a laser tag place. Just invite us.
Yeah, it'd make a great venue.
Put on that big old vest and just be going around a crowd and shooting people
Yeah.
with a laser gun.
It'd make a great venue. Put some speakers in the laser tag room so you can listen to the music while you're playing laser tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We played a show in Tucson once with a band, and they set it up like where all around the stage they had these little like cups or little baskets basically, and they give everybody ping pong balls. And if you were able to make a ping pong ball in the cup while they were playing, they'd give you a free T-shirt. So their entire set, people are just throwing ping pong balls at the stage, which may be like counterproductive to actually paying attention to the band or the music, but it was a good time, you know.
It's pretty fun. Great way to get the crowd involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I want that shirt. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you in the face.
No, everybody was getting hit in the face, including the band.
Yeah, well, at least they were ping pong balls, so not much
Fair.
damage.
Right. That's funny. So, we have your song "Weep" that we're gonna play for everyone.
I'm sorry in advance.
Why's that?
No.
Is there a story behind the video?
Yeah, I mean, so the song itself is like when we were recording Anti-Melody, our initial guitarist, the guy Cody that I told you about that reached out to me to start the band, he had actually committed suicide, and he was close to everybody in the band. He actually lived with our bass player. Corey and him were very close. Me and him, when we were in a band together, were very close, but we were also very strong characters, so we definitely went at it on like how the band would go, you know.
Right.
Yeah, he took his life, and then a couple months later, my father actually my father got diagnosed with cancer, and that took him in a couple weeks too. So it was just like this hell of a year, you know. And Corey, our guitarist, who plays guitar now, he was in a long-term relationship that was kind of going south. So it's just like one thing after another, you know. And we had just put out this album. Album was doing really good. It was getting all these great features. We were on these, you know, good tours, playing these good shows. And but it always felt like in the back of our mind, like it was like, well, should we really be happy right now, considering everything that's happened, you know?
Right.
Right.
So Corey started talking about writing the song, and we both kind of went our own ways and wrote the song. And then when we came to do the pre-production for the song, it was kind of crazy how much it synced up like our ideas of what we wanted to write about. So we wanted to write about that dichotomy of like always having something in the back of your mind and it kind of tainting, like taking you out of the current moment that you're in, you know? So that was really about what the song was about. And it was also, like I said, the first time that Corey and I had worked so closely on lyrics together. We'd always traded off vocals quite a bit. But this was the first time that Corey actually wrote, you know, the lyrics and also I would say it's like a 60-40. I mean, I'm the lead vocalist, but I think I'm doing like 60% of the vocals. He's doing like the other 40% in the song.
Awesome. I mean, that's a hell of a
heavy
year.
stuff.
Yeah.
Not the most fun. It's not all the stuff we talked about before this, but I will say, like, we do try to keep positive about all of it. It's it would have been a weird, like, especially from our first album. Our first album was very much about like pushing through hard times and kind of and making the best of every situation. So it would have been weird that as we started to lose band members and as all this started to happen, if we would have just gave up and quit. So we were just basically like, all right, like we've got to kind of live what we're talking about here and really and make it happen. So we kind of pushed our way through it, and that's why we have had, you know, three different drummers and a couple different bass players, and pushed our way through it. And every time we think like, should we give up here? It's just me and Corey are just like, no, let's put out something even better than we put out before, you know. And I think up to this point, Weep is definitely, in my opinion, the first thing that actually matched what I had in my head. Because normally when I go in the studio, like I've got this like vision in my head, and then we record it, and it's good. It's just different than what I thought. Like Weep is like 90% of what I had in my head.
Right on, man. We're gonna show everybody that video tonight. Do you have any more questions for him? Or you wanna?
I don't think so.
Thanks for coming on and chatting with us and
Cool.
everything.
Yeah,
else,
thank
man.
you.
Wait, are you drinking Lone Star beer?
I am drinking Carta Blanca, which I've never had before, but I'm kind of a sucker for always trying something different. So I go to somewhere and I'm like, never heard of this beer. Doesn't necessarily sound good, but I haven't had it, so let's give it a try.
Nice.
If you ever come across the Lone Star beer, it's just the bottle almost looks exactly like that. It's just the logo's different. Yeah, it's actually really good for some reason. I don't know why. It's just a lager, and it's really good.
I have to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
Good time meeting you guys.
You too.
You too.
Like I said, right up from the front here, I think I've got a doppelganger here. So next time, it was like I never know what to do with my hands in band photos. So like if you're better at that, maybe we could just fly in and take the picture, and then we'll just go from there.
He's not.
I can do some nice poses. Just hide the hands.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But my method is definitely like jam the hands in the pockets, or like, is it half in the pocket? Does the thumb go in the pocket or not in the pocket? Like, I get in my head, and
One
then
thumb in, one thumb out.
Like, we're running with this photo. It's like, all right.
And they're taking the photos, and you're like, oh, we're done.
I just figured out my pose.
And they posted on like Lamb Goat or Revolver or something, and then like all the comments are just on how horrible I look in the photo. It's like, I know these guys didn't, like, listen to the song. They're like, just like, this jackass has a haircut from like 2005.
Hey, if it works, why quit rocking it, right?
Yep. You and I vote, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it works. It's easy. You just push it over, and that's it.
There you go.
All right, man. Well, we definitely thank you for your time, and thanks for reaching out for us. It was really awesome to talk to you and get to know you guys a little better.
Yeah, you too, man. Next time, we'll try to get the rest of the guys on here.
Awesome.
Like I said, that was the initial plan, and then it just kind of fell to shit.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Yep, take it easy.
You too.
Take care.
Let's see. We got.
All right, there we go.
You got the video ready?
I believe I do. So, just get rid of this. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
So we're going to pop on over to the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get the mouse over here, good God.
Figure it out.
Yeah. All right. This is Weep by American Standards.
Mm-hmm.
hits hard.
Getting it.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yes.
did you see what I did there? It slid up.
Slid right up.
Yeah, slid right up.
Sliding right in.
It's like, no. So, yes, that was American Standards with their song Weep.
Mm-hmm.
Check them out. I looked it up earlier. That single is everywhere. Check out some of their older stuff.
Yes.
Not really older, but, their previous albums, they're great as well. If you're into that, like, kind of like Norma Jean, Every Time I Die, Chariot kind of style. And these are your guys.
Yes.
Good dudes, good tunes.
See.
That's our slogan. Good dudes, good tunes.
See.
Yeah, see. We need stickers. We need stickers. In them in pledge.
Hey, what's your video of the week?
Oh, my video of the week is by...
What was that?
I don't know.
That was weird.
Slide into my DMs like Matt slides his OBS windows. So my video of the week is by August Burns Red. It's their song Ghost featuring Jeremy McKinnon from A Day to Remember.
Nice. Mine.
Yeah, you just one-up me.
Mine is by a little group called TLC. No scrubs.
I want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me, dude.
Yep.
Hey, it's like they say, don't go chasing waterfalls.
It came up last night, and I was like, oh, that's a good one.
It just like popped in?
No, it came on the jukebox. I played it on the jukebox last night. Well, I'm not going to lie. I played it on the jukebox last night.
I played it on the jukebox 4 times. 60% of the time, it plays every time.
Why even lie?
I don't even know. I only got one
topic.
Yeah, one headline. You want to split it?
Well, I was gonna say before we talk about that, should we talk about a little something else that you did today?
I don't know. Should we?
Did you want to throw that out there?
I mean, right now?
I don't know. I just figured before the end of the show, or do you want to do it at the end of the show? Keep them waiting.
Yeah, we can do it at the end of the show.
Okay. Well, then, every NoFX show in the U.S. has been canceled. So
yeah.
Yeah. According to NoFX's frontman Fat Mike.
NoFX is what, like the channel?
Every U.S. concert the band has scheduled has been canceled. In an Instagram post made by the vocalist, he shared that the band was told that NoFX is not welcome to play any big venue in the United States. Following comments the band made about the victims of the 2017 Las Vegas shooting, the Instagram post reads, "Fuck it, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but because of the comments we made in Las Vegas, every NoFX show has been canceled in the U.S. We did not drop off the shows. We were told that NoFX is not welcome to play any big venue in the United States. No joke, NoFX has effectively been banned in our own country. This is not our choice, but it is our reality. We are very sorry to our fans, especially the ones in Austin. For now, we are playing in Europe, Mexico, and Canada. The Punk and Drublic Festival is still happening in Europe and other continents. I'm trying my best to bring it back to the U.S., but a lot of people don't want it to happen. It fucking sucks. We made a mistake. We apologize, and we got to suffer the consequences. Maybe it ain't fair, but whoever said life was. We are just very thankful our fans are being so supportive. Thank all of you. Thanks to all of you. Well, I mean, that's what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Roseanne. Her show got canceled.
And as previously reported, NoFX member Fat Mike and Eric Melvin reportedly made a joke about the victims of the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. These comments appeared as onstage banter while the band was performing at the Punk Rock Bowling and Music Festival. The referenced shooting occurred during the Route 91 Harvest Festival in Vegas last October. Lone gunman opened fire from a hotel window onto concert goers, leaving 58 people dead. It is the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, and you should not joke about that.
No, that was a dick move.
Yeah.
You say stupid shit, you win stupid prizes.
And your prize was all your shows, and you got banned from playing in the United States.
Yep.
Think about that. You got banned from playing any shows in a whole country.
Well,
your home country.
Nobody liked it.
Yeah. Well, can't blame them.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Pocket metal microphones.
Oh, you dummy.
Yeah, I do that. I think every episode, like smack my face on the microphone. So yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I guess the news is that my band dropped an EP today.
Yes, sir. I listened to it on my way over.
Yes, sir. What'd you think?
It was good.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, Grant helped with that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You know, he did a lot of the recording, and some of it we did here in this very room.
Yes, sir.
And
On these very microphones.
yeah, on these very microphones we're talking through. These microphones are amazing.
Yeah.
They can do it all. And like one of the songs that people seem to like the most was recorded in this very room.
Which one was that?
This is Happiness.
Oh, okay.
So in this very room on these very mics. Interesting.
I'm still going to say I think Alabama Blues is my favorite one on there. I think it is.
The OG.
Yeah, I think that's still my favorite. They're all good, but I think that one, well, I don't know. And what was the other one? Hunting Season?
Yeah, that's
that
a good one.
that one's really good too. Those are my two favorite on it. But
So
they're all good. They're all
right.
good.
I guess I should say the name. We're called The Post Traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
And so we released the EP today. It's available everywhere.
Yes. Yes, sir.
And we will actually be on next week.
Yes, sir.
I won't be behind the table because I can't interview myself.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I could, but it'd be weird. So
I think the episode should just be you only asking yourself questions and answering them.
how long have you played guitar? Come on, dude. You know this.
I think that would be a great show.
People would watch it. So, yeah, we'll be on here next week. Our friend Cody, which he's been on the show as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does EDM music. He's Code Blue.
Here's our intro song.
Yes, he wrote the intro song. It's his song, but he lets us use it.
Yes.
Check him out as well. He's been on here before. He's done a live performance, which was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And he has his own little EDM podcast that he does. And I can't remember the name of it. It's like Corellium. But that's on SoundCloud. But he'll be here. He'll be a guest host with Grant.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And so we'll probably be doing a live performance as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were going to do that or not.
Yeah.
Like, how you want, like, an acoustic one?
Yeah, just acoustic. So
Nice.
we'll get the logistics figured out to that. But don't forget.
Who's coming over for the band?
All of us.
Everybody's going to be here?
Yeah. There's going to be 7 people in here again.
God damn.
So, but don't forget to give American Standard some love.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a great backstory. You know, they've been on tours. They're seasoned musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They've also, you know, gone through some tragedies,
Mm-hmm.
which, you know, it's unfortunate, but a lot of times that helps feed a musician's career.
Yeah.
But they're great dudes. Dudes.
Dudes.
Check their music out. It's available everywhere.
Yes.
And I think that's all we have
That's
for you
it.
today.
Let's go get drunk.
We're going to go get drunk. Hit that outro music.
Outro music.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
intro music.
Oh, we're doing that now?
Yeah. And we will see you all next
Throwing
week.
a curveball here.
Yeah, just throw it in there.